So this is actually the end of the video, but I'm going to put this in the beginning of the video because I had just noticed that we have two new exclusive legendaries in the shop, the Noctis and the Bongo Kitty. Both of these are of course going to be exclusive limited time pets, and we need to buy the mythic version of both of them. Let's see if we could potentially get it early, but if not, after 8 pulls of both, it is going to be guaranteed, and of course we will have 8 each of the exclusive legendaries. Here's the first one, Bongo Cat and the Noctis. All right, and that will unlock us the exclusive mythic versions of the Noctis and Bongo Kitty. The kitty looks insane. It's also got a very strong set of multipliers too. So we'll go ahead and make this purchase, and here it is, the exclusive Bongo Kitty mythic, and here comes the mythic Noctis. Let me equip the Bongo Kitty because I just need to see what it looks like. No, dude, that's actually sick. It literally sits there and plays music and is animated and everything. And just for the sake of showing it off, I did want to show what all of the new season 2 exclusive mythics looked like. You've got the Toilet Doggy, which has got to be one of my favorites still. The Capybara plushie, the Bongo Kitty, and the Noctis. I think Toilet Doggy though, like I say, it's gotta be my favorite. Just everything about it. You got a king doggy in a toilet, it flushes itself, it's a red toilet with wings. It's such a good design. Anyway, like I said, this was the end of the recording session, so we're gonna go ahead and start the video. I hope you guys all do enjoy. Well, this might just be the biggest update we've ever had in Bubblegum Simulator Infinity. Update 4 is officially live, and in it comes a brand new island, the Hyperwave location inside of Minigame Paradise. Inside this island, there's going to be the new Hyper Darts minigame, as well as a new egg that has 7 new pets. There's a new board game, so the old one just got replaced, which means the jackpot is no longer in the game, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to get it, so we're probably going to have to trade for it later on in the game's lifespan. But this new special egg brings in 4 new pets. We've also got an index reward update, so the index reward pet has been added to the minigame Paradise area. It looks like we got a normal showman type doggy and then a mythical version of it as well, a little monocle and suit and tie with it. This is really exciting. There's also new world rewards, so a new feature found on Hyperwave Island, and in the screenshot here you can see what I'm assuming is an unlock that we find at the Hyperwave location, where we get to now claim world rewards with the specific currency tied to the world. So Overworld and Minigame Paradise are both going to be involved in this, and it looks like at the Overworld, for example, if you have 100 million coins, then you can purchase, well, I don't know what this is, 100x, then 4.7 billion, 9.3 billion. You can see it just keeps going and gets bigger, and you'll get different tiers of rewards as you progress through that. They also officially started the second competitive season of the game. This time they've adjusted a couple of things to make the competition more fair. Teams can now have up to 10 players. Leaving a team now applies a minus 25% point penalty to the players. This is a really important feature because it now prevents players from team hopping, and also prevents teams that are high up on the leaderboard from just adding someone who's also high up on the leaderboard at the last minute to get to a higher spot. Creating or joining a team is now disabled for the last 24 hours of the competition, so again, just to keep teams from making those last minute decisions. And they go on to just be very transparent about the balance changes, the changes and fixes to the game, and they also say what's next. And inside of it, they're talking about the summer event, which I did see is coming very soon, but also they included a code, update 4. So we're just gonna go ahead and type that in real quick and redeem ourselves 2 infinity elixirs and 5 mythic evolves. Okay, well, that's a big upgrade. And speaking of upgrades, as you guys can see, our roster has probably changed a decent amount since you last saw a video from me, and that is because we were trading a decent amount, and a lot of you guys might be disappointed to find out, but I did trade away our mythic luminosity. So we did in exchange also get a base luminosity, which is something I'm still happy about because I wanted to have some type of luminosity just so we did have a season 2 OG pet. I think what I'm going to be doing throughout all of the seasons of BGSI is just collecting at the very least the secret pet found in the Infinity Pass. So we have a regular luminosity, and we also now have an Avernus. So both of the season pass pets are acquired, and as you can see, we've got a few more new pets added to the roster. So we acquired a Doggy 1337 limited pet. Of course, we already had the Royal Trophy. We now have a Lord Shock. We also have a Queen Kitty, and we have the the OG secret pet, the King Doggy, and we also found the mech robot. So this is just our flex roster. My goal is to eventually have a full team of secrets before we start worrying about the different rarities and their trading values. For now, I just wanted to collect as many limited edition secrets as possible. Now, I don't think we'll be just using that team straight up. We'll equip best for World 1 here, and this is what our roster is going to change into. What's new on this roster is this mythic trio cube that we have with team up 5 and this shiny null void. So our World 1 team looks a lot different than before, and over in World 1 we're getting 142,000 bubbles per click without any multipliers going. Our World 2 roster I think is a little bit different, a little bit stronger, so it's getting 167,000 bubbles per click, but that's to be expected as you scale up throughout the different worlds and the game progresses. But I'm really happy with our World 1 roster, and we're getting a lot of coins every time we grab them too. Our base multiplier is a 3 million, so I can only imagine how strong that would be once we have coins evolved equipped. We've also hatched over 4 million eggs, so we can claim 15 new lucky evolve potions, and they now show what the pet is that's at the final progressive state of the milestone. So once you hatch 10 million eggs, we now know we would unlock a Chronos secret pet. And as far as bubbles, once we blow, what is that, 1,000 million billion 1 trillion bubbles, we would unlock the Dark Lord secret. That is going to be a very rare pet. I'd imagine probably up until like season 4 or 5 of the game. I feel like I've been blowing bubbles a lot in this game, and I've had some pretty big multipliers, and we're only sitting at 25 billion. Before we go over to World 2, I do want to just claim some of our index rewards, and one of the new ones that we have is for the shiny rainbow egg over here in the overworld. We finally hatched ourselves a rainbow shock. Well, we had crafted it. I had like 13 or 14 rainbow shocks, so we created a shiny, which means we can claim 2 lucky evolve potions. We actually can't complete our overworld index yet because I'm still going to need a couple more base no voids, so we can eventually craft it. Just to check, we currently have 7 no voids, so we need to find 3 more. I'm sure from trading that probably won't be too difficult. Now, if we go over to the minigame Paradise Index, we also have the Showman Egg. We can also claim the base versions here, and that'll get us even closer to the new reward pet, Sir Doggyton. The multipliers on this are pretty good, 3,500 bubbles per click. The base one's not bad. It's, you know, not much more than just a collectible item. That's some pretty cool stuff. Let's go ahead and claim our infinity chest, and then we'll bring out the map, claim our other chests as we progress up, and then we are going to go all the way over here to Island 3, the robot factory, swap over to our Paradise team, and it's time for us to start flying up. Let's check out this new world. I'm honestly really excited to swap out our team, because once we discovered World 2, it was cool. It was great. I loved all the new pets. I loved exploring around it, but one of the things I didn't like was the fact that my entire roster eventually became just shiny game masters. Of course, until we inevitably had a couple of our secrets join the team. But I'm just excited to get a new set of pets around us. But anyway, here's the new look here at the new hyper world. I like the design. It's very different than anything we've seen before, and we've got the world rewards. So let's go ahead and unlock that for the first time. So as we earn tickets, we unlock rewards. We can get gems here. We'll go through a decent amount of these initial tiers just to see as this progresses up. Can we actually scroll? Okay, we can. So before we waste any of our tickets, just to see, it looks like the final reward is going to be the security system legendary pet. That's not a secret, but that's pretty cool. Going to the overworld, what's the end tier reward for this? The Cerberus. Wait, that's kind of crazy looking. Well, I guess we might as well reset the count of both of these. So I'm just going to scroll through as many tiers as possible, and you know, that puts us up to 50 billion. Where would we go here? I guess to 41 billion. Then I got bankrupted real quick. Probably wasn't the smartest thing to do considering we've got the brand new egg to start pulling, so we probably need as many tickets as possible. Lucky for us, we've got tons of potions to use. So we'll go ahead and pop, we'll just do 1 of the tickets evolved. I couldn't imagine we'll have to use much more than that. Let's not forget to use a golden orb as well. But as you guys can see, we are stacking up on tickets super quickly. Our multiplier for tickets actually is not as high as our multiplier for coins, coming in at just 484,000 compared to the 3 million. Regardless of that, we're still stacking up on these tickets super quick, so I don't think we'll have any issues pulling this egg overnight. Let's go ahead and do our first pull for 1.3 million tickets, the neon egg. We got ourselves the neon doggy. Was that a shiny off rip? It was. Honestly, that's pretty strong considering it's just the 1 out of 2. Let's go ahead and do a 6 pull. And what did we get that was new there? The hologram dragon. Wait, the pets in here are gonna actually be insane. I like that the hologram dragon just kind of pops up a little hologram base. Also in that last set, we did end up getting our first disco ball epic pet. Oh, tell you what, we got 2 more there. But let me not forget, man, we're gonna use 10 of our lucky, speed, and mythic evolves. And then we'll just auto roll these and see what the legendary pets are once we unlock them. Curious how long that'll take. We ended up getting a shiny hologram dragon and a shiny disco ball there as well. But we're still searching for our first legendary. Come on. Yeah, it's looking like the odds of getting the legendary are extremely low over here. Regardless, we are 100% pulling every single one of the legendary pets from this egg in today's video. I know in our initial World 2 video, we had completely struck out, just terrible luck. But this time around, I will not stop until we get all the new pets. Oh, here we go. Our first hit. A legendary neon wire eye. Hold on, what is that all about? So that was actually the tier 3 legendary inside of this. A 1 in 66,000 chance of getting. Its multipliers are looking pretty good for a tier 3 legendary. 1,525 bubbles per click, 1,800 ticket multiplier. Honestly, the design is really cool too. I like the design on that and the bionic shard. Like a lot of these new pets, I had said a lot, the World 2 and Season 2 pets are great looking. It was like a huge step up from World 1. Oh, there it is, a neon. What was that? That was definitely the tier 1 legendary. A neon wyvern. It kind of looks like a phoenix, but with like a neon face mask on it. Cool. So that's the tier 1 legendary, the tier 3. So all we're missing is this final one. And there's another neon wyvern. We gotta make sure to get as many pulls in as possible here with this infinity elixir. I hear they don't grow on trees anymore now that the game board is nerfed. We were very fortunate to have stacked up on well over 100 though. Oh, come on. That's a hit. Oh, it's a mythic neon wire. Hold on, a mythic neon wire eye. That's better than the game master. Is it better than a shiny game master? It is not. Oh, it's close though. It's really close. It technically has a better ticket multiplier, so it could be considered stronger. I don't know what I was expecting from that egg. It was taking a minute to like load up its animation, so I was like, wait, this is about to be a crazy hit. I was not expecting a mythic though. Oh my gosh, and there's another hit. A mythic neon wyvern. Wait, why? We're getting back-to-back mythics. All right, we've been pulling for a little longer than an hour, and it looks like, yes, we did finally acquire that final pet, the equalizer legendary. We gotta check this thing out and see what its multipliers are. So it's the tier 3 legendary once again, a 2.1 thousand bubble per second clicker and a 2,550 ticket multiplier. Seems like this is slightly weaker than the mythic neon wire eye that we had found. Of course, just to get a true comparison, let's go ahead and throw another power orb on that as well. Yeah, this is actually weaker than just a default mythic game master. When it's max level compared to a fresh mythic game master, it's only 2,835 bubbles per click, but it is a 3,442 ticket multiplier. So overall, it's not a bad pet, but just again, compared to the shiny game masters, which are so powerful, and then even the mythic ones, it doesn't look like we'll be replacing any of these game masters today. At the very least, once I throw team up 5 and a power orb on the mythics, I'll just be replacing the shiny game masters for the mythics. But now that we've completed that, we can go over to our index and claim our final reward, which is going to be 10 golden dice, and that'll allow us to get the Sir Doggy Tin index pet. There it is, a level 1 Sir Doggyton. Again, right below a shiny game master as far as power scaling go. Honestly, dude, the game master just broke the game. Speaking of the game, we have to go back to the base of World 2 here and check out the game board because we do have a new special egg, and I'm super curious to see what the multipliers are going to look like on this. And I've got plenty of dice to work with here, but you know what? We're actually just gonna go over here to the gold dice and we're gonna roll it once to see if maybe we finally get a rift spawn in. I see that they added in some new percentages. Doesn't look like we're gonna ever spawn one in ourselves, but we can go ahead and guarantee that we do spawn in the special egg and check out what that is. It's the chance egg, and this time around we have only 3 pets. So we're gonna go ahead and pop an infinity elixir. For the sake of today's video, I know this is gonna be a super rare egg, and off rip I see we got a galaxy dice and a chance dragon. As far as the odds for that final pet, it looks like it's coming in at a 0.02% chance probability. So that would be what, 1 in 50,000 with the multiplier on. I believe that's a rough estimate. I don't do math for a living. I play video games. I am genuinely curious to see how the power scaling is going to compare on this game egg compared to the previous one. We got 3 minutes left on the chance egg, and I just want to double check, make sure we could still do the strategy of auto rolling while we roll on the board. We're going to go ahead and see if we can mess around and land on a couple more egg spaces just so we can continue rolling this without any break in between. But so far we finished through our entire infinity elixir, no luck. I'm not super worried about it. All right, that's perfect. We're just a few spaces away from another game egg, so we can get that rolling for another 10 minutes. You can tell they definitely nerfed the game board, but it's still pretty effective in doing, you know, whatever you want as long as you have stacked up on a lot of those golden dice. Doesn't feel like it's too difficult to progress around the board. Ooh, an 8, that's perfect. That means we can go ahead and hit up another game egg here. So we'll check back in with you guys in roughly 20 some minutes after our infinity elixir wears off, and hopefully by then we would have found ourselves this final legendary pet. Oh, we finally got it. Hold on, let's stop spinning, exit this real quick. We finally pulled the final pet, the Ringmaster legendary. Oh, that took way too long. I know we still have over 30 minutes on the egg, but I've been pulling it for like an hour straight. So let's take a look at this pet. Where is it? There it is. The Ringmaster is coming in at better stats than the default Game Master. So theoretically, if we were able to get a bunch of shiny Ringmasters and maybe a few mythic versions of it, that actually would have a big impact on our team. I can't believe it's only a 1 in 100,000 chance pull. I mean, I feel like it took us a long time. I guess only 15,000 eggs. I must have been like really spoiled to having these permanent infinity elixirs activated and combining that with the infinity egg where I was just constantly getting pulls. Because nowadays, if I don't get a legendary within the first like 10 minutes, I'm like, dang, this thing's rare. I think it's time for us to go to the void here and throw some enchantments on these new pets. So first things first, I want to see what team up 5 would look like on the neon wire eye mythic. And that was actually a very painless process. So if we take away one of the Game Masters, yeah, it is going to be slightly weaker than a shiny just because the shiny includes bubbler 5, but it's not bad at all, coming in at a 12,000 bubbler with a 14,000 ticket multiplier. And its ticket multiplier is actually better than the Game Master, so I think we're going to leave it on the team just to have that increase of 1,000 in our multiplier, and that way I don't have to look at a bunch of Game Masters. We can now include the neon wire eye mythic, which looks insane. It almost has like a sketch art style to it. I think this thing is crazy looking. All right, let's head back over to the hyperwave island, and I want to see roughly how long would it take for us to get to this final pet. At some point it cost 133 billion. We did get to 228 billion really quick. We're gonna go ahead and stack up on tickets and just keep hitting up the world rewards. We do have our affinity elixir popped right now, so we are gonna also do a golden orb and tickets evolved. Let's see how quickly we stack up on tickets. Yeah, this won't take long at all because we get multiple billion every time we run in a circle. So I think in today's video, we're also going to get the security system legendary pet. This does not feel like a grind that's going to take too long. And that should be enough tickets that we can finally claim the security system. That took only about 15 minutes. And there it is, the world reward for mini game paradise. We've got it and Sir Doggyton just sitting right next to each other now in our inventory, looking real good. Now that we've got that finished, we're gonna go ahead and spend the last minute of our infinity elixir just recollecting some more tickets. Look at that, we're already back up to 145 billion. Cool, and that'll give us the ability to open the most expensive ticket egg for 9 hours straight. With that being said, I feel like I need to check out the hyper darts since it is new, and we do have the new star charm pet coming in as well as its mythic variant, and the mythic variant has insane numbers. That's borderline up there with the secret pet. That is crazy. Okay, so how does this work? Are we literally just popping balloons? I guess we just spam this popping balloons. Yeah, that's all we do. Okay, I'm on it. Let's slow down time. I don't know if that's a good thing. We do have a goal in mind, and that's going to be 100 pops. Oh, okay, so we just had to get to the goal before the timer ran out. Hey, we got mythic evolve from that on top of the other prizes? Wait, that's kind of crazy. Let's do the medium mode. Oh, we got multi darts now, huh? That didn't take too long at all. The score that you need goes up, but they give you more power-up items to work with, and we pick up another mythic evolved. Okay, the amount of bubbles there are now, though, is crazy. Oh, come on, bomb. I'm gonna wait for more bubbles to surround it and then bomb. So this before, you gotta give the team props, man. They come up with some creative updates and mini games. Great team behind Bubblegum Simulator. We got golden dice, some dice keys and stuff. So there's one more thing I wanted to accomplish before we end today's video, and that is to max out the season 2 competitive pass. As you guys can see, we're currently at 19,500 stars out of the 25 we need before we get that final reward of 350 series 2 eggs, which I'm so glad that they have such a high amount of eggs that you can get from this, because in the series 1 eggs, I had terrible luck. I had like 5,000 total that I opened at the end of the season, and there's just nothing for me. So hopefully series 2 treats us a little bit better, and we do have a strategy here, and that is to go to our tasks, and we're gonna re-roll until we get that one right there twice. Hatch a certain amount of mythics. I've seen the task for 1 mythic or 2 mythics, and you know, they both give insane amounts of rewards. So right there, that took us about 20 seconds to get 1,400 points. So if you guys have the reroll tokens to do it, keep shooting for these because they are so easy to do. And right here, we should get 2,400 points once we get 2 mythics stacked up. Now, a big part of the strategy, of course, is going to the infinity egg, because you do have increased odds of getting legendaries. And the more legendaries you get, of course, the better your odds are at getting a mythic, especially when you are running mythic evolve, or in my case, the infinity elixir as well. Every legendary that I get has a 1 in 14 chance of becoming a mythic. What? Wait, that's crazy. A double mythic pull there, and that's gonna actually finish us off. That'll bring us to 25,700. So we're gonna go over to our rewards here, and we're gonna be claiming all of these bad boys. Starting with a lucky evolved, some mystery boxes, speed evolved, and then I'm taking the eggs all day here. Infinity elixir over the power orbs, but we're gonna have to go with the series 2 eggs over the infinity elixirs, as painful as that is, because I know we're gonna be able to stack a lot here, but I do want to open up all 585 eggs that I currently have here in today's video. So we're gonna go ahead and start auto rolling these, and hopefully we can get every single pet inside of the series 2 eggs. Like I said, we didn't do too hot with the series 1 eggs, so hopefully our luck changes here and we can pull at least one of the legendaries now. I love the design for these too. They kind of have like an 8-bit like retro style to them. We're running low, man. We only got 30 eggs left. Still no legendary hits. Down to our last 10. And our final 3. That is going to be us getting absolutely nothing from the eggs. I stacked up on about 9,000 more stars, so that brings us to another 425 series 2 eggs. In our first 500, we got plenty of ground golems and wind fairies. Hopefully in this next set of 400, we're able to pick up one of these 2 legendary items. But with that being said, it's time for us to roll again. So taking a look at the series 2 eggs, we did pick up the wind fairy, but there's also the water serpent, and that is a 1 in 1.3 thousand chance pull. And then the fire guardian, which is a 1 in 20,000 pull. The stats on the fire guardian are actually really good. Again, it's a 1 in 20,000 chance pull, and on series eggs, luck doesn't apply to them, so those odds are genuine. And I'm sure it will take a long time to stack up on 20,000 series 2 eggs. It might not even be possible anymore unless we just have unlimited rerolls and continue to do the mythic pulls. Even then, it would take multiple days of grinding non-stop to stack up on it. Oh, and just like that, we burned through all of our series 2 eggs with no luck so far, almost 1,000 deep. I'm gonna stack up on some more because I am at least pulling 1 series 2 legendary in this video. I'm telling you, we're getting all the rarest update 4 pets in this video, so I won't stop until that happens. Oh, baby, there we go. That's 125 series 2 eggs. All right, we've got 625 more. Please, bubblegum, one time. Let's get the legendary. Oh no, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Where's the legendary? Come on, we've got 300 eggs left. Just one hit. Wait, was that it? Oh, we got a water serpent. They didn't give us an animation at all, but there we go. Hey, that's 1 legendary from the series 2 eggs. We've got 7 more. Maybe we end up getting... Nope. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right, they just made it so nonchalant. Water serpent. Here it is, a limited time pet. Now, of course, we still need to get that fire guardian, but we end up getting it there pretty much on the dot with the statistical odds. A 1 in 1,334 chance pull. I'll definitely definitely have to spend the rest of the next 2 days just auto pulling the infinity egg, because I need to stack up on a bunch of series 2 eggs if we're going to be able to get that fire guardian, especially with the luck that I feel like I've been having lately. All right, everyone. Well, that is going to go ahead and do it here for today's video. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure exploring around Bubblegum Simulator's newest update. If you guys all did enjoy, I'd really appreciate if you take the time to go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and you enjoy the content we post over here. And maybe if you guys in the comments below have a team that's close or in the top 500 or above, let me know, because I need to still get on a team. And if I can, then we can do a video covering the moon exclusive pet that you get for being within the top 500 teams. I know this season they made a decent amount of changes to the teams and how they work. So again, if you have a team that's within the top 500 and you're willing to let me on it, I promise I will absolutely grind. I only have 46,000 stars now, but I'll get more. I'll do my part. Anyway, thank you guys all so much for watching. Once again, if you guys have any other video ideas of stuff you want to see me do, please let me know in the comment section below. But with all that being said, that'll do it here for the video. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will catch you all in the next upload.